Here's a black and white image, and we got to learn how to adjust images. And adjusting images in Photoshop is so easy. If I'm going to send this picture to the Binghamton Press and Sun Bulletin or the newspaper of some sort, and it's going to get printed on newsprint, this image is flat to begin with. When this image prints on newsprint, this image will look so bad you won't even tell what's going on. At least here you can tell that there's trees and there's mountains and so on and so forth. But what's going on is we're lacking contrast. It's very full of midtones. There's no bright whites and there's no dark shadows. So let's take a look how we can fix this. The best way to fix an image like this, old school way and a great way to do this, is we're going to come in here and we are going to go to Image, Adjustment, and Levels. We're going to adjust the levels of this photo. Now right off the bat, take a look at this box that comes up. People go into levels and they go, oh my god, I don't want to do this, it looks a little scary. We have a histogram here. This is the information that's in the image. There's three triangles. There's a black triangle, there's a medium gray triangle, and there's this light gray triangle. Well, it's the white triangle. So this is your shadows, this is your midtones, this is your highlights. All this black information in here is just the information of the photo. So right here to here, there is no there is no shadows. It starts off with like a somewhat dark shadow to heavy midtones. There's a lot of midtones. You can see there's a lot of information here in the midtones. And then there's hardly any brighter midtones. And then all of a sudden there's a big spike, but then there's no whites. If this was a perfect picture, or not a perfect picture, a well-balanced picture, this histogram would start out over here and curve up and curve down to the highlights. Highlights the shadows with lots of midtones. That's what is called a very nice midtone, a very nice photo. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this to fix this image. We don't have any shadows. We don't have any highlights. So I'm going to grab this slider right here and I'm going to pull it up until I'm touching this slider right here. Already, see how much brighter the photo is? Then we're going to grab the shadows and we're going to bring that over into the shadow part. Wow, look at how much better that looks. We now have dark shadows, we have highlights, we've got much better highlights on the leaves. And then if we want, we can adjust the midtones back and forth a little bit, see which works best for us. Just pull it over a little bit. Yeah, right about in the middle is good. And say OK. Now, if I go back, undo, flat, to much more contrast, much better photo, just by going to Image, Adjustments, and Levels. And again, this is a grayscale image, okay? It's not a RGB or CMYK, it's just a grayscale image. If you're just printing one color or printing a newspaper or something like that, this is what you're going to have to do. And it just does not look good until you adjust those levels. Now that we open up this levels, look, we have information that's spread out between all three pieces here, and we have a much better photo. So now let's take a look at a color image and see how we can adjust the color image.